And thank you. Toledo City Council members created quite a stir over a Facebook posting over the weekend.
The post seemed to attack people who voted for President Trump in the 2016 election. 13 ABC's Bill Hormann talked with Yvonne Harper about her post and her intent. Bill.
And she says she was just trying to energize the vote in the midterm election, but by posting a profane map, Councilwoman Harper may have added to a sense of harsh political debate. Harper reposted this image of the electoral map of 2016. The blue states voted for Hillary Clinton. The red states voted for Donald Trump. If you live in one of the red states that voted for Trump, you live in Dumb-Effistan.
Yeah, you got that right.
So you agree with her?
Yeah, 100%.
See?
Yeah.
Should somebody post that? A council member posted that.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't.
So I was posting on as a constituent.
Councilwoman Harper says after watching the Kavanaugh hearings last week, she just wanted to blow off some steam. So she found an image on the internet and posted it on her private Facebook page.
My job is to get people out to vote. And that's what I thought I was doing. Didn't realize that I was going to drop this big uproar.
That uproar, though, comes because of the profane word that seems to attack people who disagree with her philosophy.
That's ridiculous. But, you know, some people are ignorant.
Do you think our political discourse has gotten too harsh?
Yes, it's gone too far.
Do you think this doesn't help?
No, it doesn't.
We're used to this at the national level. Politicians bickering, being rude, and voters are upset that nobody seems to listen, including Councilman Gary Johnson, who understands Harper's point.
Wrong thing to do, but you know, at the same time, think about the frustration.
Harper's post spread fast, and she admits she could have cut out the offending word and still made her point. But social media makes it easy to just lash out without thinking. Is that the proper venue?
I think it is when you want to get people attention, because I have you out here.
Yeah, we were out there. Harper heard from a lot of people about that post. One woman even encouraged her to take it down. And last night, Harper pulled down that post. But social media is how we communicate nowadays. So I'm posting this story on our website and through social media. And we'd like to hear from you. Lee?
And we want to start with 13 ABC's Bill Hormann, who's with the DeWine camp tonight. Bill?
Diane, all political campaigns come down to two things: personality and policy. Personality with regard to Mike DeWine, well, Ohioans know him well. He's been on the ballot since the 1970s. But with regard to policy, he has really pushed his opposition to State Issue 1. You know, that one would change the state constitution. It would reduce drug sentences, allow for more treatment of drug addicts. Democrat Richard Cordray, DeWine's opponent, strongly supports Issue 1. While Mike DeWine decided to make that a huge issue during this campaign, he's produced many negative ads slamming Cordray's support for State Issue 1. But voters want to vote for something in this campaign. And earlier this afternoon, I asked Mike DeWine if he felt he made the sale to get people to vote for him. And he told us that, yes, he believes he's made that. And as a matter of fact, he believes that the strong state economy and the progress that Ohio has made over the last 8 years will help him and John Husted. Here's what the Attorney General told us today.
We've outlined a very good vision for the future of the state of Ohio. And the bottom line is this: we cannot go back. We can't go back to where we were 8 years ago. We can't go back to higher taxes. We can't go back to bigger regulation. We have to have jobs, and we have to continue to improve upon those jobs so that Ohio workers have the opportunity to live the American dream.
Here's what's interesting. State Issue 1, the DeWine Husted team believes, will actually help push them over the finish line. John Husted said that if you travel around the state, particularly in rural areas, you will see a lot of opposition to State Issue 1. He believes those are Republican strongholds. He believes those folks will vote for Mike DeWine and John Husted for governor and lieutenant governor. Of course, we're here in Columbus. We'll have the results tonight. Lee, Diane?
Well, after tomorrow, you won't see any political ads for a while.
And for one woman, that'll be just fine. She's so upset by all the negative ads, she decided to log what she's seen and tell 13 ABC's Bill Hormann what she thinks. Bill?
Yeah, Lee and Diane, consider this a postscript to our Spot Check series. Donna Myers, fed up. She wants to hold politicians accountable for polluting our airways with negative campaign ads.
This is one.
You can call Donna Myers a campaign critic. She's seen ads that she's liked.
That's a good one. Richard Cordray, goodbye.
And groaned at the ad she didn't. And with her phone in her hand,
I think this is issue 1.
she's taken notes about every single political ad. 4 ads in a row.
Yep.
You were busy.
Yes. And 3 of them were negative.
Candidates for offices ranging from judge to state house, governor to U.S. Senate have run thousands of ads this campaign season. And sometimes it's the 2 candidates who are squaring off against each other who
Yes. Yes.
So you really get a sense of compare and contrast.
Yeah. And overload.
Donna got fed up with the attack ads, so she started logging everything she sees and created a spreadsheet of candidates, office, and whether the ad was positive or negative.
Okay.
As of this morning, Donna logged 219 attack ads, 156 positive ads. And Richard Cordray, 46 attack ads and only 6 positive ads?
Yes. But look at Mike DeWine, 11 and 48.
48 attack ads.
Yeah. The number of attack ads is almost the same.
Donna knows both parties are guilty, and nearly every single candidate bases a campaign on tearing down their opponent. She's singled out the governor's race as especially negative this year, until this weekend.
And the thing I've also noticed is that with both of them, the more positive ads have been within the last few days.
Those are called closing ads.
Yes.
They want you to feel good about them.
Well, but the problem is so many people have already voted.
Perhaps those early voters were influenced by all those nasty negative ads, or maybe nothing a politician says in an ad will change any minds. But still, Donna wants to hold the politicians accountable. Overall, you upset with these politicians, or do you understand what they have to do to get elected?
I understand what they're doing, but I don't agree with it, and I want them to change.
And now hear this, Donna plans on writing letters to the winners in this election and to all the candidates running in the next election. She wants to implore them to produce positive ads. Let's see what impact she has, Diane.
It's following the progress that city crews are making in cleaning up properties around the city. And tonight, some complaints and some answers. 13 ABC's Bill Hormann shows us 3 spots that need work and may soon get it.
Over the last couple of years, the city of Toledo's really focused on cleaning up alleys, lots, and vacant properties. But we talked to some residents who think the city is not doing enough. And one of the spots is this alley behind Rosewood Avenue. Linda Wilson sent us this video she shot, but frankly doesn't look any better than the video we just shot.
Look at this. This has literally turned into a dump.
She's right, but we found other problem properties. Harold, you have a problem right across the street from your house.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Here, I'll show you.
Harold showed us the back of this burned-out house next to his on Colburn. Weeds as tall as the 6-foot fence, junk trees sprouting as high as the roof. Harold wants something done. Because if this house looks bad, the rest of the houses are going to start to do that.
That's it.
And then your neighborhood
is going down.
And we found this at the corner of Sanford and Freeman, where you literally need a machete to get to the back door. William lives next door, says he's called the city.
And they keep telling me the same thing. They're going to come out and look at it.
And they haven't.
I haven't seen anyone.
Why doesn't code enforcement go out and say, cut this now or you're being fined?
Well, I think that is something that we will look at.
We talked with the city about each of these properties, but remember, Toledo has 3,500 work orders to get through this year. But that may now mean going back to the house next to Harold's.
If there's a problem there again, we'll go back and re-inspect and make sure it gets cut.
As for the alley, the city says thanks to this story, the alley is now on the list. And the city encourages all of us to call this number. Let Engage Toledo know there's a problem. But with thousands of other properties to maintain, managing that list is not easy, especially as Toledo tries to clear up blight while clearing out debris. So that's really the issue here. We've solved one problem and created another, gotten rid of abandoned houses, created vacant lots. The city's word of advice to all of us, patience.
To CDL classes.
With news of job cutbacks in other industries, it's exactly the opposite with trucking. Companies all across the country need to hire hundreds of thousands of drivers. Doug Kenny has driven a semi for 34 years, traveled over 4 million miles.
Well, it's been a good career. I made a lot of money,
But his road is about to end.
It gets awful boring. It's awful tiring, I'm 2 years to retire, and I'm looking forward to it.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics says 34% of drivers on the roads are age 55 or over, and new hires are not making up for those retired drivers. Got it? So training schools are helping drivers fill that gap.
Pull the shifter straight back to first.
This driving school in Perrysburg graduates about 500 students a year. What's the appeal to being on the road to you?
Better job, more money.
The open road. I've always liked the open road. You know, cruising, getting paid to drive.
Starting off, you'll make about $45,000 your first year.
Some companies need drivers on the road so badly, they'll actually pay for classes so that students can earn their commercial driver's licenses.
You always get job if you have the CDL.
Nationwide, there are 900,000 driver openings, and the need is not slowing down. But the industry is changing, with automatic transmissions making driving easier and no more long hauls.
A lot of this freight is home every day or home every other day.
Which sounds great to Amanda, a nurse who now wants to drive a truck. There are very few women truck drivers.
I know. I figure I can save lives with the nursing career or travel the world. We'll see which one happens, I guess.
The classes run about 4 weeks, cost around $4,000, but inside of a month you can have a new career and help a vital industry haul supplies we all need.
All right, so how important is it to solve this driver shortage? Well, consider it this way. With fewer drivers on the road, that's fewer products that go into stores. And with fewer products, that means there's less supply. Less supply, high demand, increase in prices. For every American family, it's important to solve this driver shortage.
I've posted one update on my personal Facebook page, this going on 13ABC's page. Here's what has happened. About 11:30 this morning, fire and police were responding to a call of a woman who said she was ill. They get on the scene and they realize she's overdosing. Toledo police were first on the scene. Officer administered Narcan to the victim and then in some way was exposed to whatever this drug was and started feeling the symptoms of a potential overdose herself. The officer, identified by TPD as Lisa Favre. She felt the symptoms, knew what to do. She used an inhaler, the Narcan inhaler, to self-administer some sort of a remedy here. She has been taken to the hospital. Her partner, Juan Trevino, may have been exposed himself. He's still on the scene being decontaminated. Fire tells us something very interesting here. They continue to administer several doses of Narcan, even after the first original dose that the Toledo police officer administered. Several doses of Narcan. What does that tell us? Fire indicates that this might be some sort of potentially more potent drug. They're not exactly sure what it is. They don't know if it's a mixture or some pure drug. Could be a new drug that hits the street. That's what they're surmising, given that so many additional doses of this Narcan to help bring this woman back. She's in the hospital right now, condition unknown. We're in a neighborhood, a typical middle-class North Toledo neighborhood, very nice manicured lawns. You wouldn't expect that something like this would happen in these neighborhoods, but as you and I know, we watch the news. We hear the president speak about this. We hear Congress members and governors. We hear neighborhood leaders speak about the epidemic striking so many of our neighborhoods, even in the suburbs. This isn't just an inner city issue anymore. These neighbors are, in some senses, shocked. In some senses, they understand that this is happening all over. These overdoses of whatever these drugs are.